Welcome back to Storage Automation Campus. I'm your friend Gaurav Verma here again. So we discussed in the first video that how we can develop um, using the API, NetApp API, how we can develop the Python program to automate our storage environment. In the second video, we discussed more about ZExplore or Z Explorer, and we can see that how we can utilize this tool to figure out which API is works in which way. Let's have a quick look from the first video where we try to develop we try to get the version of ONTAP, and this is how I did in the first video. I moved this API over here which generated this Python code for me, and now this is the API which is attached here. As this API does not have any attributes, so it is not showing any attribute. And when we execute it by clicking on this play button, green play button, I can see this result over here. Now let's quickly see how I can get this output in Python, how I can use it in a simple way using the Python. So what I have done is I have copied this complete code over here using the Python, and you can see the difference between this code which is here and the difference which Z Explorer gave me. Z Explorer is not giving me this path which I mentioned by myself, and this path is nothing but it talks about where the library files are located in my folder, and I have imported a NA server library from those library files. So, and this is the portion which is the important portion where we talk about NetApp ONTAP connection. So you can see this is how what I'm doing the connection is, and this is again exactly same coming from the Z Explorer or Z Explorer. So you can see that I'm giving the IP address. This is the IP address of my controller. This is the IP which is the system ONTAP API version. So it is a ONTAP API version what I'm going to use here, which you can see 1.15, and I can say here that it is 1.150. These are different communication method which I'm going to use. It's going to be a HTTPS method where I'm going to use run HTTPS on port 443. I'm going to use this admin and password. This is my password which I have saved here for now. I know it's not a good practice to save password, but anyway, we are working on just test environment. This is the API basically which we are going to call. So you can see that I'm going to call this API which I'm getting from here, and once I call this API, I'm just printing the message. So I'm basically checking out in this code if there is any error message which says that it failed, then it should give that error message, otherwise it should print the output of this API, which in our case is same what we saw on the execute. This output should come there. So let's jump on to the um, command prompt and let's see how we can run this. I have this file located here. So you can see version.py file is located here. Let me run this file. So you can see now that I'm running this script, and from this script you can see whatever output I was getting from here, the same output I'm getting here. So basically this is the first step towards using the API with the very basic API. I just want you to be comfortable one first with this comfortable with this basic API, and I want you to understand how exactly we can use any API in the environment, how the connections are being set up, how the different variable we are using. Let me open that one more time. Here it is. Okay, so you can see that I'm using this is how I'm connecting to the cluster. This is what I'm printing. So let's say if we change the password, and let's say how this portion works. So this is what we will see how this portion works if the something error is there. So as I am giving a wrong password, so it should give me some error. So the if condition should execute in this case, and you can see that if condition was executed, it printed the error, and this error is over here, and then it printed the message, and message says that authentication failed. So this portion is nothing, you not need to worry about this portion. We may probably get rid of this portion in future, but this with this portion we are trying to figure out if there is any error message. Otherwise we are good to go ahead, and we can see our APIs over here. So that's a small video. That's all for this one. Keep learning, keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Storage Automation Campus. Thank you.